today?
Oh, I am doing great, Jordana. I am enjoying this weekend, and I hope that all of those who are watching will enjoy women's basketball game today with the NCAA women's finals, and tomorrow the men's finals. And this is also the week that we're going to have the solar eclipse, but we watched a wonderful Hallmark last night. It was so enjoyable, and it brought tears to my eyes.
It was a great one, Dad. I couldn't agree more. And we did watch it a little bit late because Dad was focusing on the two March Madness games, of course, early on the night. So we did watch this really late, and someone is rewatching it now because she fell asleep.
Nana fell asleep. But
so we watched it, and that's truly because it was so late at night. And
to all our thousands of fans who didn't watch it, go and watch the Hallmark from last night.
It's called Blind Date Club. Blind Date Book Club. And this one I thought was spectacular.
Well, it's also talking about book clubs. And book clubs are coming back into vogue again. People are going to bookstores more than ever. If you remember, 20, 30 years ago, we had our Barnes and Noble, and we had various bookstores that would come on and disappear. And then we had Amazon's book club, and now people are finding bookstores, and they are going back, and the bookstores are more popular than ever.
I agree. There's nothing like, which I love about this one, still having the book in your hand. And you were talking, Dad, about the Amazon coming out with the Kindle, which I do love bringing my Kindle with. But I love that in this Hallmark movie, they're taking you back to a hard copy or a paper copy of a book and making it a mystery. So she wrapped them up and didn't tell you and made it like a blind date.
Oh my gosh, yes. And remember that people like their Kindles, but you read your Kindle at home isolated. Today, people want relationships with others. They want to be in crowds because for 4 years we've all been hunkering down, hiding from the virus, and now we want to go out with people.
Yeah.
And that's what bookstores and book clubs have to offer.
And that's what they showed in this book. Even when our characters, who this is about a bookstore owner and a writer.
Oh, and the characters are wonderful.
Oh, yes. We have Erin Krakow, who is a Hallmark legend. She is in When the Heart Calls. When Calls the Heart, I'm sorry. And so she plays the classic character of Elizabeth Thornton, and that, if you guys know, the school teacher. And so this happened to air this week on purpose. This was purposely by Hallmark because this was When Calls the Stars movie marathon week.
So, and she's in her late 30s.
Yeah, perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
And then our gentleman author is Robert Buckley, who our Hallmark fans may recognize also because he's been in a lot. But our other fans may recognize him from being in One Tree Hill years ago as Clay Evans.
Yes, these are two wonderful American actor and actress trained in the United States, and they are of that age group, 37 to 42. That is a very common scene where older youngsters are falling in love.
Yeah.
And it's just wonderful to watch these people who've never been married suddenly fall in love, almost like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. And we love the love in the 30s.
Yeah, and so this one was great. I loved because they picked up at the small bookstore, which you always have something going on. So this is a struggling bookstore. The bookstore has a lot of meaning to our main character, Meg. It's a bookstore that was started by her mother. The mother is unfortunately gone and she keeps it up, we find, with her aunt.
Yes, all these small bookstores that we know in the United States are family run. Usually a mom and a dad, and they start the bookstore, and then the kids take over the bookstore, and this is what the story is about. And also, of course, Hallmark brings in love.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it starts, and so it starts off because it's a unique idea she's trying to do, because she's trying to gentrify her bookstore, to
Yes.
bring in a little bit of life to it, because people are buying books online for their Kindles and not coming into the bookstores as much. So she
Yes.
created this blind date book club idea, and it got a little bit of press because they thought it really was like a blind date instead
Right.
of the reading.
And the bookstore was appropriately placed on Nantucket Island off the coast of Massachusetts. Yes.
So our celebrity author, who's played by Robert Buckley, and his name was Graham in here, he heard the radio conversation, right? And so that was going on. And so he wanted
Yes.
to go and check this out, because he was an established author, but
That's
he was
right.
trying to break through into a different genre. We're not going to spoil this because we want everybody to watch
Oh,
this,
yes.
but it's spectacular. That's just the premises of it.
It's a happy story about two young people, late 30, early 40, falling in love.
While
Yes.
going to book club dates, which I
Yes.
love the idea. I think small bookstores should all jump on this idea of wrapping up books, having people go into the bookstore, seeing if they would like to read it, because it just says a little bit about the book. Almost, they said, like a dating profile for the
Yes.
book. And then you
That's
pick
right.
it up,
Yes.
and then you go to the book club for that, and you get to also do an activity kind of linked to the book. Like there was one on floral making, and like this flower
Yes,
making design.
each of these bookstores, and I'm sure throughout the United States, all these mom and pop bookstores have programs for people coming in and enjoying camaraderie, enjoying companionship with people who love to read books.
Right, traditional
Yes.
book clubs, but throw this spin in
Yes.
where you don't know what you're getting for that week or month, and it's just about a little bit of you get to see a little sneak peek, but you don't really get to see the cover. You can't judge it by the cover.
Yes.
And then you get to do an activity at the book club after discussing the book. I thought it was a great idea.
Well, and we also saw how love and romance blossomed
Yeah.
between these two older young adults.
And
Yeah.
other people in the book club too,
Yes.
so it was fun.
It was a fun evening. We enjoyed it. It capped an evening with our basketball, and we thought that basketball and the romance went together. So tell me, what's for next week?
Next week is another one of this fall in love, spring into love with Hallmark. It looks like it's going to be a really great one. I am not sure the name of it, but we will be watching it. I know we did also not get to review the Easter Bloom, which was on last week. We did watch it, so
Yes.
I recommend everybody does watch that
Yes.
one with Amy Teagarden and Benjamin Hollingsworth. So that one was
Yes.
fantastic too.
And next week?
Next week, I'm not sure the title of it, Dad. I don't
Well,
remember.
We'll find out. But remember, when you look at the solar eclipse, make sure you have your special glasses so they don't hurt your eyes. And you're going to be able to enjoy a wonderful basketball game this afternoon with the ladies.
Who's playing in the game?
The ladies playing, of course, are the University of South Carolina, the Gamecocks, and the Jayhawks from from Iowa, with Caitlin Clark. And
She's fantastic.
yes, and a big shout out to the Yukon team playing tomorrow, the Yukon men, and to our Yukon fans in Connecticut, Andrew and Jessica. May the best team win, and may the best team be from Connecticut.
That sounds great.
Everybody have a wonderful basketball weekend. Enjoy watching the solar eclipse with your special glasses, and we'll see you next Sunday. We're looking forward to it.
Have a great one, everybody.
Bye-bye, all.